Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Mass Effect. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today, because we have the beacon. The Protean Beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch her. It's too dangerous.
I think we broke it.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
I expect better of you, Lieutenant. You endangered the entire mission.
Don't be so hard on him, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. And the blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
What's the damage, Doctor?
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
I don't know. I don't know because I'm trying to be a renegade. And mostly that's about being an asshole a lot of the time. And,
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
the thing is, Williams, or her, what's her name? Her more common name. Wait. She's, what's her name? Not Charlie. Anyway, Williams is pretty renegade-y herself.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
I'm pretty sure that's not an option. It's like a thing that you can say.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Oh, talk about having conversations that sort of foreshadow what is about to happen, because we learned about what happens to rogue specters and all that. Hates humans as...
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
They'll think I'm crazy.
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Now we have time. I think the when has the Council done anything for humanity question has been answered already. I think they stopped the Taurians from basically killing us all when we decided that we needed. Well, we can replenish the med gel in here. When we decided that we wanted to go on a all-out war against them in the first contact war that we learned about over here. We also have the Citadel finally. The Citadel, although the Citadel is equipped with Mass Effect generating Element 0 cores, most of the gravity on the station is generated by the centrifugal force of rotation. It's actually centripetal. Anyway, it's because in this particular case it is actually centripetal. Centrifugal can be used. It's not actually a force, it's an effect, but in this case it's not the fugal, it's the petal, which means a different thing. Anyway, I wanted to read about things. So we have I don't think we have anything up there. No, we do not. Let's learn about the Citadel, absolutely.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council Chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Yeah, we're gonna find these Keepers. I don't remember anything particularly about them. I do wonder if, this whole thing about it being indestructible and the arms, the solid, impregnable shell and all that is gonna come up later. What about Spectres?
Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, and answer only to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation.
I wonder who makes the galactic law. I would guess it isn't the Council? Unless this is just written to sound cool and be cool. I don't think it shouldn't be the Council. This text here specifically means that it's not the Council. Because if it is the Council, then them deploying Spectres that operate outside the law doesn't make any sense, because, you know, they're operating within the decrees of the Council, and the law being a decree of the Council. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. We have planets and locations. I want to learn about the non-sapient creatures.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious.
It seems like it could be... Honestly, I don't think why that's the contentious bit. Why would you... why would you bring it into question, oh, why do they drain the water? That's probably a side effect of whatever they're trying to do. It's like people, I don't know, washing their car after buying them, and an alien race comes in and says, oh, humans buy these things so that they can wash them. Well, that's sort of a side effect of the whole having it sort of thing, maybe? I don't know. I don't know about any of the husks. It does explain, well, it doesn't explain. It throws away the notion that it is psychological warfare, at least in the sense of,
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
It's Caden. At least in the sense of the objective of the spikes.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
There's nothing we could have done to save him.
No, I know that, but I don't have to like it. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not gonna be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
Couldn't keep me out if you tried. Best way to explore the galaxy is behind a cannon.
I heard about Torfin. I bet you had your pick of posts after that. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
I don't know if some of these options... I feel very uneasy with the whole renegade thing. Because some of these options are for personal relationship, and others are for renegade, and I have no idea which ones they are. And I think we're going to be walking a balance. I don't think we're going to be completely befriending our companions.
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Yeah, but you see that it didn't actually give me any renegade or the other one. Ooh, that's the M. How do I open? It's from here. The squad. Yay! Oh, I leveled up again. Nice. Can't go up on that. I can go up on infiltrator. Reduces heat buildup on pistols and snipers. That's not too shabby. We got decryption over here. Increases the tech explosion of a bunch of things, and we got electronics over here. What is that? Increases shield capacity by 30, really? So these are for... This is probably dependent on class, then. How am I proficient in sniper? You see my renegade over there? You can max both of them. It's fine, but yeah. Well, you can't max both of them, but you can indeed have a lot of renegade and a little bit of paragon, or a little bit of both. It's not like light and dark thing in Knights of the Old Republic. So we have a little bit of charm over here, which honestly I kind of want. I don't know why there's no more points over here, but I don't think they just... I think they just don't exist. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get all the charm, because dialogue options. We got a little bit of armor. Honestly, I don't really want that. Restores a bunch of hull for vehicle repairs. Hiccups as well, I'm very sorry. And then these are for later. I really don't think there's more of those over there. Reduces hit build up on pistols and snipers. That's probably good. Just go up on pistols, I suppose. I can use the... It's just 1 point per. Sniper rifles unlocked. Ah, I understand. I understand. Okay, well, that's pretty good. And I can't... Oh, click on your... Click on a talent. Yes, I realize that. My point is I can't select other companions. So I can't level them up or see how much they like me, which might not be possible in this game. Doctor?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
That's, I believe I know what that is. I was like, who's the lieutenant now again? It's the dude that we just talked to. L2 has to do with the magic abilities.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
That he is indeed.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
You too? Yeah, Caden. I'm just gonna need to get used to the names. We're getting there. Biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element zero nodules within their nervous systems. Biotics is biotic people, sort of. The people who have access to this sort of stuff. It's the people who have nervous systems that have the element zero nodules that react to... the nodules are important, actually, because you'll see... You see that over there? See those little bits? That's not the armor. That's the representation of the nodules. So basically, it's in the nerves. It just gets a little bit of a cyst or whatever. And you see that sometimes in some of the iconography for the biotics. That the nodules react to the electric stimulus from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in on humans. The implant is usually placed at the base of the skull, and there's a port, apparently, and just a bunch of other things that has to do with the technology here, and you can read it if you want to. But it's interesting that he's old. Or he's not old. He's old, but besides that, he has the old style ports, or at least not necessarily the ports, but rather the whole amplifiers thingy. Ashley!
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
What did I call her? Because she's Ashley Williams, by the way. I called her Carrie? What? I don't remember what I call her, but yeah, she's pretty cool. And she's very renegade-y as well. What happened to Jenkins? Yeah, let's go with this one.
When your number comes up, it's over. His did.
That's grim, Commander. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, though. Not after Torfin. That must have been hell.
I did what I had to do. You'd better be willing to do the same.
I won't let the Alliance down, sir.
That is basically the character that I sort of envision with this renegade. I did what I had to do, and I am willing to do it. It looks interesting. But one thing that I'm really surprised with the dialogue here, considering that the only two times I finished this game I played as a Paragon, the thing that I'm finding interesting is just how much more charismatic our character is. She's just much more interesting. It's like she rebukes and she talks back. That's maybe not so much in the field mission, but certainly here in all the dialogues here in the ship. She has been very, very personable, and I like it a lot.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
And here is one of those that I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is not about Renegade or not. I think Renegade is, like, the options here are the Renegade ones, and these ones are the friendly ones. The game does communicate some of that information, like, it doesn't communicate it explicitly, but it sort of makes it easier to intuit whether or not it is for that sort of stuff. Although it's not 100% of the time, as we have seen, especially on the investigate trees, that we have a lot of options on this side. So
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Dang it! How's that gaming Paragon? I hate it.
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge, Commander.
He can wait. I'm wondering why I couldn't ask Caden
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge.
if he was alright. I couldn't ask him that. I mean, I could, but I skipped that bit, and, I didn't. Man. Oh well.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Shouldn't be too worried, though, about min-maxing the Renegade, because, as I said, we have plenty to go around. And honestly, the Renegade only really unlocks dialogue options, and I don't think it unlocks anything else. It unlocks a different ending, I think, or maybe it does. So that's the elevator to the bridge, maybe? I don't know. Oh, no, that's to the cargo bay. The elevator. This is not a person. It's just a decoration. Nav manual? We have a codex entry. What is this? Systems Alliance military jargon. Ashore, away, when a ship releases the equipment tethering it to a space. So it's a lot of naval things. ASAP. Seriously? It's interesting because ASAP isn't as, like, at the turn of the century, it wasn't quite as used in video games as it is right now on the year 2020, and certainly in the year 2007 or whenever this game came out, it wasn't as used as it is right now. So it's just become a little bit more common in as far as I can tell. Anyway, I'm not a native English speaker, so I don't know. We got belay, which means to stop. We got bridge, captain's mast, the CIC Combat Information Center. And then we have the damage control, which is actually not a place of control, or it shouldn't be. The containment and repair of damage to us. Yeah, it's just an action. That's common parlance, honestly. You enter damage control when you're trying to control the amount of damage you're going to take. You accept that you're going to take damage, and you just try to control it rather than try to prevent it. ECM, which is electronic countermeasures. Oh, this is important for later. Extravehicular activity, it's EVA. Flank is our sides. FNG is freaking. Oh, no. What the? Don't quote. Why is it quote? My god. My god. Game, please don't use quotation marks wrong. Look at that. That's used properly. The flank is the side of a military formation. And the reason why it's used between quotation marks is because it's not technically the side. It's the flank, because that's what the technical term is. And it's quotation marks because it's quoting common parlance. And here, the other things as well. Actually, this is an enemy that can attack a flank and often turn it or roll it up, which is, again, quoting. This is not quoting. This whole thing is quoting. I'm not going to ramble about quotation marks. I don't think this game does it wrong. But we'll see. I will ramble if it asks for that. We got ground side, which is when we're on this. No, actually, ground side is the surface of the planet. Helmsman is the crew member who pilots the spacecraft. Radar, which is light amplified detection and ranging. Not to be confused with LiDAR, which is light radar, a real-life technology that did not exist at the time of this game was made. And now it exists, and it's really weird that it's called LiDAR, but it is. LiDAR is actually not anything to do with radar. Well, it might be similar principles. Shore party. Spacecraft crew sent ashore on a official business silent running. An old submariner's term used aboard the Normandy to denote when stealth systems are active. That is so cool. Sitrep, although it's also a bit of a stretch for it to be taken after an old submariner's term. Sitrep, of course, situation report, and Spacer. Exo is an executive officer, which I believe is also common parlance. A lot of this seems to be common parlance, and I say that word a lot, or I am saying that word a lot, and I don't know if it is the common parlance, because that sounds fancy, and I'm not trying to sound fancy or anything. I'm not a native speaker, so I come up with words that might not be well suited for what I'm trying to convey. Anyway, we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Mass Effect. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.